a quick run through for the teachers and presenters for the 23rd Idea Expo. My name is David. I'm from Invents Media Group. I am your platform specialist for this, and hopefully I can answer any of your questions that come up. But in general, we're just going to kind of go through just step by step on how to actually operate within the space, the virtual space here, and make sure that you get connected and you're off to a good start on the 23rd. So, Coco did mention there will be a test run between 4 and 9 p.m. You'll get further details about that on Friday, the 22nd, where you can kind of practice doing this yourself. Before then, you will be receiving a link to the live event on the 23rd. When you click that link, you're going to land on a page that looks like this. Your blue button here is not going to say preview. It's going to say register. There you're going to register with your full name and email and other pertinent credentials. Please use the name that please use your actual name, because if you use a nickname or something like that and then somebody's looking for you, the system doesn't understand that you have a nickname. It only understands that you have a real name. So please register with your real full name.
So I wouldn't put Coco, I would put Colette.
Yes, correct. So because there's a lot of back end functionality the day of and things that I have to do on the back end. And if I'm looking for Coco and can't find her, well, that's because the system only recognizes Colette. So I should be looking for Colette. So with that being said, this is where you'll land. The most important thing on this page is going to be your blue button. Again, yours is not going to say preview. It's going to say register. Some other things you can do on this page is view the schedule. If you're a presenter for the 480 or higher session, you can do things like navigate to it and add it to your calendar to remind yourself, hey, I don't want to miss my session. Beyond that, you can scroll down. You can view the various sponsor booths, just confirming that they're there. And you all have your own booths in the Expo Hall, which if you keep scrolling down, you can find them here. So I can just scroll through. These are the headshots and the project pictures that you provided, Coco, she provided to me. These have been uploaded onto the system, and then these will be your vendor booths, well, your Expo booths, which will be active all day. You can come and go from these as you please. And the reason why I'm saying this is going to be important to what I'm going to say next about the sessions once we get in. All right, so once you feel comfortable on the registration page, you can go ahead and register. This next page, you can forget about this. You're not going to need this page. I just need to click this because we're previewing right now. But this is where you'll land. You'll land here. And from here, you'll be placed, if you notice in the left-hand column, what's highlighted is the reception zone, right? You can look at this as the different, zones or sections or just areas of a hotel if this was taking place in a hotel. Right now, you're in the reception hall. And in the reception hall, you'll see, 1,000 of your peers all chatting to each other. On the side, you could actually browse a list of that 1,000 people or so when it's populated. Right now, I'm the only one here, so there's nobody, but there'll be a ton of people here. And the reason why I say use your real name is because you can search for somebody. If I search for Coco, she won't show up. But if I search for Claudette, or I'm sorry, she will show up. So that's why it's important to use your real name. Other things you can do in the reception area, you can explore some of the sponsors. These are all rich links. You can, Bank of America, for instance, you can click that. It'll take you right to Bank of America. PNC, you can go and check out PNC. You can also view the schedule down here. You can navigate and find, and again, you can even add to your calendar from here as well. I'm presenting road tripping the USA. Let me just navigate there, make sure I add that to my calendar, iPhone, Google, or Outlook, whichever one works best for you, and make sure that you're on time for your own event. Now, the reason why I mentioned that expos are available all day is because sessions are not. Sessions will not show up in the sessions section until 5 minutes before they're slated to begin. So this session here is slated to begin at 10 a.m., which means that at 9:55, you will be able to see it in this sections area. Right now we see nothing because it's not time yet. It has to be 9:55 on the 23rd. If it's 9:54, you will not see your session. You will not be able to navigate to your session. At 9:55, you will be able to navigate to your session. So what's that going to look like once you get into your session? Well, it's going to look like this. So you're going to click on your session. You're going to get into your session. We're in the surviving history session. And you're going to simply share your audio and video, just like you did today with Microsoft Teams or Zoom or anything like that. You're going to share your audio and video. You're going to ensure that your best devices are selected. My webcam turned off for some reason, but you'll make sure that your best webcam device are selected. Likely you only have one of each. So you'll click on those and ensure that those are enabled, right? And once that happens, you'll show up here. From here, there's a few options. You can share your screen. You can share your entire screen. Or if you have a PowerPoint presentation, you can navigate to the applications window. And if you have a PowerPoint open, you'll see it here. Okay, any questions so far?
Can you just show, I'm sorry, can you just show how you got to that little thing again? How to share your screen?
Yep, right down here.
At the bottom.
Yep,
Okay,
looks like,
thank you.
looks like a monitor. It's got a slash through because we're not sharing anything. But if I wanted to share something, I would simply click that, save my screen for now.
And you guys, if you have a question, just raise your hand and I'll call on you, okay?
Yep.
Elaine, I think you're raising your hand.
Yes, I was. The last time I presented, I used a Buncee and not PowerPoint. I was assuming that I should use PowerPoint because I thought that you said at the meeting that this HOPIN liked PowerPoint best. So yes. Is that correct? Like I would be better off using PowerPoint and not sharing my screen and creating it in Buncee, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I think I'm getting some feedback from somebody in the background there that's got their volume turned all the way up.
I mute myself.
Okay, perfect. So basically, yes, this platform does enjoy PowerPoint. You can use your other presentation softwares, but it would at that point you would just share your screen and you would not share it as an application, which in some instances might cause that infinity mirror effect where it goes on forever as it continues to share its screen forever. So please use PowerPoint. It's the best way to go about it. The platform does identify it as a source. So what I mean by source, as an application source. So it'll show up here. Actually, I think I have PowerPoint. Let me see here on here. Yeah, right. So I just opened a blank PowerPoint and here it is, right?
Okay.
So you'll want to build your PowerPoint, your presentation in PowerPoint for the best results.
Okay. So I have some more questions. Are you done, Elaine?
Yes, I sure am.
Okay, thank you so much. Rosie.
Yes, I just wanted to know the course that I have on Canvas, El Día de los Muertos, would I be able to show it?
You sure can. So one of the things.
That's what I have. I don't have any PowerPoint.
Right. So again, PowerPoint is the best option you can go with, but you can do other things, and here's how you would do it. So you would just open it on your screen. So right now, I'm just going to select my screen that I want to share. There's nothing open on it right now. But if I wanted to do something, let's just say, I wanted to share something on Google. I think you mentioned that Canvas it's a total online web portal.
Do something on Canvas.
Right. So there it is. You would just bring it up on Canvas, and you would just share your entire desktop screen, not the application. So rather than using the application window, you would use your entire screen.
And Jacob, can you answer more about the Canvas stuff? Is there a better way?
Yeah. Can I say something? Is there any way you could model it with a Canvas one? So we see what you're talking about?
So,
Because I have a Canvas lesson, I could
maybe
show it to you.
maybe
And-
Jacob can send
Jacob's
me the
trying to,
link.
yeah.
Yeah, send me the
Jacob.
link and I can possibly do that.
Yeah, I'll put in a link for that Canvas course. Just a second.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Okay.
So
It's in
while
the
we wait
chat
on
for
that,
you, David.
okay, perfect. Before we go to that, I do want to say one thing. These session rooms these are unmoderated, right? So, you know, it does have your name on it. It does have the title and description of your course on there. So hopefully people are respectful and they don't share their screens and audio, because as you can see up here, it's 1 out of 5. You could have up to 5 people sharing their audio and video at one time on the screen. I have no way of blocking that. It's just like as if you were at a real event and somebody just ran up on your stage and started shouting at the top of their lungs. You can't stop them. You just have to ask them politely to please disconnect your audio and video. So I just wanted to make that comment real fast before we move on.
I just want to say real quickly, there's nobody in the waiting room, Felix. Nobody's in the waiting room. I know we have 2 more questions here. Amy, do you want me to wait until after you do the link in there?
Yep, let me do the link really fast.
Okay.
So Canvas looks to be it's a web-based portal, Jacob, that's correct?
Yes.
So because it's a web-based portal, it's going to be really easy. You're just going to share your entire screen, right? I'm going to share that. I'm going to open up Chrome, right? So you have your own link to your Canvas page and your presentation and all your stuff that has already been uploaded to Canvas. So you'll just open that up and it'll just be present now on Chrome. So here we are in Canvas. And I'm not exactly sure how you would navigate around, but I'm sure you know where to go for your own stuff. Say, for instance, pop-up portfolios, you would just come here and you would just navigate as normal. But the key here is you're sharing your entire screen.
One more thing. But would you have all the link available for people to just click on those links?
I'm not. So for other people to navigate to Canvas.
I'm talking about mine. When I entered your link, so would the link that I have on Canvas, would it be available for me to go to my course?
So your what you turned in as your is already in the program for the day. But you don't want to give people links outside, because then they're going to end up leaving HOPIN and they're not going to be able to watch you anymore. They're going to end up going to the Canvas course. But they have this as a program. But what David is showing you right now is actually the program for the day, and it'll have everybody's videos. It also already has all of the projects that have been turned in are already loaded there, so people can go and use them in the future. If you want to teach from there, you can, or you could teach from your own Canvas course or your own PowerPoint.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So that's great. Amy.
All right, so the way you were talking, do you want us to send you our PowerPoints in advance so that you load them in?
No, absolutely not. I cannot manipulate your PowerPoint.
I didn't
for
think
you.
so.
Yeah, you'll be driving it from your own laptop at home.
Gotcha. Okay.
Perfect.
Good. Okay, we got Elaine, did you have anything else that you wanted to say? Because your hand was up. I know you asked one question.
I didn't put my hand down. I just typed in a question in the chat about when it first came up before the screen that's showing now, it was showing in mirror, and I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't something that we had to do to that our presentations wouldn't be showing like backwards. Because the screen that was on before the Expo idea, yeah.
Yeah.
See how it's
Right.
backwards?
Oh yeah, no, this is just my video source with my camera that's not working right now, so ignore this. This would be your
Okay,
face.
perfect. That
Yeah,
just made me nervous.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Sorry.
no. This is, this is Nikon backwards stuff.
Okay,
Just ignore that.
that's,
Okay. We have a question from Russell.
Silly question, but I assumed that I could do a live Kahoot, so I could go ahead and set up the Kahoot inside and people could use their phones or something like that to answer the questions and do a live Kahoot in the session.
I don't know what Kahoot is, but it sounds like it's some sort of like polling software through an app.
Yeah, it's like a competition quiz like thing.
Okay,
So,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you would just be showing your face just like how you're doing right now. There would be people in chat just chatting it up with you, and you'd be like, hey, download this app and we can do this, together.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make
Perfect.
sure there were no
Yep.
tech reasons why that
Nope.
wouldn't work.
Yeah,
But
no
the
tech
same
reasons why
thing that we
that's-
said earlier, you don't want to give them a link for them to click on, or they're going to leave HOPIN. You want them to do that on a different device than they
Yes.
are
Right.
using to attend the meeting.
Just like teaching with virtual classroom with Kahoot, where the kids use a different
Absolutely.
device
Yes.
and they load Kahoot IT, and that's it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Amy, is there anything else you'd like to say? I think she just has her hand up.
Someone's
she's
speaking, I
muted.
can't hear her. Yeah.
Yeah, of course I'm muted. Put my hand down. It's totally fine. Thank you.
Okay. I'm not sure I know how to put your hand down.
I
Okay. Okay. Continue, David. I'm sorry. Thank you. No more
Sure.
questions.
Okay. The other thing you can do here is just a few more navigational items here. We already went over the share screen button, which is going to be of the most interest to you. But if you get in here and you find like something's not working, something's not right, you have an options cog here. This cog here is basically your settings. From here, you can go back and select all your different devices if you have multiple devices to make sure you have the right one selected. You can mute yourself just like you can in Teams and Zoom, and you can, mute your camera, I guess, if you will. You can blind your camera and turn that on and off if you want to as well. The other thing that you can do, let's go over to the Expo Hall, because as I understand it, every teacher who is presenting in a session is also presenting or has an Expo Hall. The major difference being sessions, again, are only going to be around for the time they're slotted. If you're from, 10 to 10:45, you're only going to see that session from 9:55 to 10:45, and then it's gone. You will not be able to rejoin that session. It's gone for the rest of the day. But where you can go is you can go to your Expo booth. Let's actually go through this way. So through your Expo booth. Here in the Expo section, you'll notice that all of our sponsors and other Expo folks are here at the top. These are all the folks that have sponsored the event. They have different types of content and things like that. Some will be staffed with a live person, and some will be a pre-recorded video linked to a YouTube video. If you scroll a little bit further down, you'll find all the teacher project booths. So, for instance, and it's going to work the same as sessions, but these will be here all day long. These will not disappear. These will be here until the entire event is over. So who was here? Russell was here. Let me see if I can find Russell. Can't find Russell. I might not have him
just had
upload.
it beyond Monopoly. There's nothing in it yet, but
Right. Okay, well, let's pretend that Denise is Russell. So let's go check out Denise here. It's going to work the same exact way. Here, though, we have a little bit more functionality. The same thing. You're going to share your audio and video if you want to hang out in here all day. Look, my camera's working again. How nice. So again, you're going to select your correct audio and video device. You're going to hit apply. Again, you have all the same functionality as you do in a session. Here, people can see the description as they come in. They can chat just the same. You can conduct polls in here. So this is a big one. Do you like Monopoly? Yes or no? It's pretty self-explanatory, but people who are in your booth can now vote on these options, right? And so now you can conduct polls in your vendor booth or exhibit booth. You can also explore who's in your booth, and you can privately message them if you want to do that. The only thing that's a little wonky, because the platform is mostly intended for this to be a sponsor area, is this registers interest button. And what this is a direct email to you. Right now it's set up to my corporate email, but I can replace this with your personal email if you don't mind a bunch of people emailing you.
That's what they want. That's
okay,
what they
so
want.
I'll need all of those emails for all of the teachers.
No
Obviously,
problem.
yep, I'll need all of those, and I'll have that up and running by the end of the day. But yeah, it's the same thing as a session, just with a little bit more functionality.
So just a quick, back to can they get an attendance, like who actually went to their booth and who went to their session? Do they get like an attendance?
Yes.
Yeah, like a sign-in sheet.
Yeah. Well, I do have a long list. It's a giant analytics page that is printed out at the end of the event, and it will say how many people registered for the events, how many people networked in the event, how many people visited booths. I don't think I can break it up by individual booth.
Okay.
I'll have to see if I can dig a little bit deeper into the data once it's all there to see if I could break that out for you. But all the information will be there at the end of the event.
So I've got some folks that are asking some questions. If you don't mind, I'll do that real quick. Anita.
Hi, good afternoon. So regarding our names when we register, is it case sensitive? Should I make sure that my name is exactly the way it is, like in our Expo magazine, Anita R with the period, O'Sullivan with the apostrophe?
It needs to be identical.
Identical as what's in the magazine, is that correct?
Well, identical in the sense of how do you want people to be able to find you and navigate to your items in the platform. So if that's the publication that went out to everybody, it would be probably a good idea to keep it identical to how people are seeing it on the hard copy.
So I thought I had to match her email.
I'm sorry?
It has to match my email?
I thought, David, that when she registered, it had to, her name had to match her email.
No. So you'll register with your email and your name.
Okay.
Your name exactly is how it shows in the publication, how you want people to actually navigate and find you. And then your email is your email. No one's going to be emailing you from this platform unless they hit the register interest button.
So we're creating how it's going to be, and then just remember how we're putting it in.
Yes, exactly.
I get it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, though, if it's already printed in a hard fashion and a hard copy, that's what people are going to be looking for. So that's how I ideally would be best to enter it into the system.
So, okay, we got two more questions. Denise?
Hi. So is this where the video is going to be playing that you wanted the 30 to 60 second to be going when we're not here? Because obviously we're not going to, we want to go see other things.
Yes. So this brings me to the next piece of functionality with the platform, especially the exhibit hall. I have not received anything from teachers yet. So what I'm going to use is State Farm. I used them in the last call because they're the only ones who've sent me anything. So basically it's going to work the same exact way. So we're just going to navigate now to State Farm. Again, all the same items are here. You can see that you have your chat, your polls, your people, everything. You have your share audio and video button, but you do have the addition of this. Once I receive your name, your email, and the link to the piece of content, preferably YouTube, once I have that, I'll be able to install this button for you. And what this button does is toggle it between a live session where hit that, you can see me live. I can hit this toggle switch and it'll switch over to the uploaded YouTube video, right? And then anybody who visits the booth, it's not looping constantly. It's just it's a clickable link essentially. It's rich text. So they'll be able to click this and scroll and watch and listen to your video. If they leave, they go network for a little bit, right? They network, they come back to the Expo Hall. They're like, hey, you know what? I want to watch that video again. They'll navigate back to State Farm, or in this case, your project booth. They have to click the button again to watch the video again. It's not looping constantly.
Can I ask a question? I'm sorry, I don't know where the hand raising button is. I'm on
Okay.
the phone.
Okay.
I'm confused. I sent my booth video to you, but did David want it for HOPIN? And he asked for a YouTube, but it's best. I'm confused about that.
So
What-
let me try to clarify this a little bit. Coco did send me a couple of MP4 videos. I'm not uploading a hard video onto the HOPIN platform. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm linking it to an external platform like YouTube or Vimeo. Those are the two options that I have, where it's already been uploaded. If you don't have a YouTube that you can upload to or a Vimeo that you can upload to, I can then take the video and upload it to the Invents YouTube, and then from there I can link it. But I do need to upload it somewhere at some point so that I can link it to the HOPIN platform.
So Coco, did you sent my video to David? I don't know how to do the whole YouTube thing.
So I sent it to Jacob, but I sent it to Jacob for Canvas because that's where the judges are going to go. But I can send it. Well, I don't know what form that's in.
So, Coco, this came up in the meeting the other day. You and I will talk about it, whether we're going to ask David to upload everything, or we're going to create a channel and put everything up into the channel. But for presenters, all you have to do is make sure that you send the video to me. I sent you a share drive to drop it into, and we'll make sure it's available for your booth. I'll get it to David in advance.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Sure. I have some more questions. I had Sandy Malilo's hand was up for a long time. Do you still have a question?
I think she said, can I play the overview video, which we just covered?
Okay. Then we got Sherry that has her hand up.
Hi, maybe I missed this. Who does the toggling, us or the person who goes into your booth?
You'll be doing the toggling. The people in the chat room here can only chat in your booth. And they can also share their screen. So if they share their screen and you don't, once we switch it back to live session, let it switch, right? As you can see, 1 out of 10 people in exhibit booths. You will have to click this button here in the top right corner. Toggle to turn on presentation mode.
Okay, so when we're in the booth, we just leave it live, and then if we leave the booth, we toggle it back over?
Right, well, you'll have to toggle it both ways. So if you come into your booth and you see a video, click it so that now it's live.
Okay,
if you're live and you are going to go take a break or go to another session, simply just toggle it and it'll go back to the video.
Got it. So they don't have access to the toggling, just us.
They do not have access to the toggle button, no.
Okay, great. All right, thank you.
Right, but and the key here is that I have your name, so I can assign that to you. So that's not just automatically given to you. Once you register on the registration page with your actual name, I'll be able to assign that permission to you, so that you can have access to the toggle
Okay.
button.
All right, great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. I think Rosie has a question.
Yes, I think somebody asked that, and I'm going to ask the same thing. What exactly the video is supposed to look like?
I'm going to talk to you guys about that after David. And
okay.
I've got a whole agenda of stuff, and I'm going to explain the whole day.
Okay.
And yeah, everything's in. Jacob's going to help me with that. And so, yeah, that's coming up. Amy. Nope. Okay. So everybody's hands went down. Sherry's done. Okay.
Okay. So basically those are sessions, and that's just sort of the general overlook of what it's going to look like to be an operator inside of the session area and the expo area. Again, those areas are located on the left-hand column here. The stage, essentially, just to go over it, is basically the general session room. You don't have anything, unless you're a keynote, you don't have anything to do with this. You can just go here when the scheduled time and just watch. Just become
That's the
a
opening
viewer.
session, you guys, and that's where
Yeah.
we'll have people speaking and everything. Yes.
Yep. And not to keep going on it, but this here is also another button here, not to get confused with anyone else. This is basically speed dating. It's called networking. You hit ready, somebody else hits ready, you guys are randomly matched, and that's all that happens there. So any other questions about anything else regarding the platform? I do want to say, there is a best practices sheet floating around. Hardwired internet is preferred over Wi-Fi. Please be in a quiet space. And if you have a little shutter on your camera, please make sure that is open, because that is a very simple thing that we ran into a lot last time.
So anybody would like any more questions from David?
Yes, one last
Anita asked a question.
Hold on. We got a hand up. I'm sorry. PJ, did you say something?
Anita asked, when do they register or how soon?
So we have a practice event happening on the 22nd from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. There will be a link provided. It will be a practice event link. It will only work for the practice event. It will not work for the event on the 23rd. So be sure that once you're done practicing on the 22nd that you discard that link, and we will resend you out the correct event link. Okay, so you'll get 2 links. If you're a keynote speaker, you'll get what's called a backstage link. I'm not sure if any keynotes are here, but there's very few. So you'll get a special link to the backstage area of the general session room. I anticipate that I'll be able to get you the practice link for the practice event as early as Thursday. With the main event link, I'm going to give them all to Coco, and then Coco, you can, make that call as you see fit, honestly.
So I have a question for you. I know. So if they get the link for the practice on Thursday, it's not going to be ready. You won't be able to go into it until
Right.
4 p.m. on Friday.
Right. I did mention that in the last call, and I forgot to mention it here. Yes. So the links will only work if the event is actually happening. If you get that practice link on Thursday, and the actual practice event is from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the 22nd on Friday, it will not work until 4 p.m. You can register, but you won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to click on any of the link on the expo sessions, nothing like that.
So question for you, how about for Saturday? So if they get the link on Friday, it won't work until Saturday morning at 9?
Right, exactly. So the main event happens Saturday morning at 9. Whenever you feel like we should send that link out, we can send that link out. But yeah, it will not work until 9 a.m. And I actually do have it scheduled a little earlier. I think I put it at 8 a.m. so that people can get in there a little bit earlier.
Okay, good.
So the main event link should work at 8 a.m. on Saturday.
Okay, PJ.
I noticed, David, that you mentioned that folks can add the sessions that they want to attend in their calendar.
Yes.
But there won't be live links for folks to click on that calendar.
Right.
Mode, correct?
You are 100% correct. This is here, and I could actually see if I can do it now. I'm only sharing HOPIN, but basically it'll just add a reminder to your calendar, and there will be a link there, but it won't be to this individual session. If I add 480 or higher to my calendar, there will not be a link to 480 or higher. The link will be to the sessions section. So it'll bring you here, and you'll see all the sessions when they become available 5 minutes before they're slated to be live. So 480 or higher starts at 10 a.m. You will only be able to see 480 or higher at 9:55 a.m. If you come at 9:54, you will not see 480 or higher, so don't freak out. It'll be there in 1 minute.
So PJ, thank you. I thought the link was on my calendar. When I clicked on that, I was thinking, hey, it's on my calendar. I'm good to go.
Nope. They design it that way to keep you inside the platform as long as possible.
Okay.
David,
So
when will the teachers be able to select their sessions?
5 minutes before they're slated to start.
So they're selecting them in black tie right now, Claudette. So they're selecting their sessions, and then they go back and they register, and they have to pick them again here.
Right, but he's saying that you can't go until 5 minutes before the session. That doesn't. I know you can't go in before 5 minutes, but before 5 minutes.
Wait.
You can't. You're kind of chopping in
Yeah,
and out.
That cut out.
Yeah, but no, they're picking them as they register for me on Black Tie, and that's going to be the main email mass that I send out to everybody with the link. And I don't know if we have to put that in our directions that they have to pick their sessions again. PJ, we'll talk offline.
Yep.
But we have a big agenda, you guys.
To say is when
I can't hear you, Claudette. I'm sorry.
And
So
Rosie has another question.
Okay.
Yes. How about I have a friend at my school who would like, a couple of friends at my school who would like to attend. So how do they register?
Right now, they all got like an Outlook, and it's on our website, and they just click on our website, hit the expo, and it tells you what to do. But right now we're sending out a special email from Valerie Wanza asking the principals to send their teachers, like pay for their teachers and send them. So I would ask your administrator first, hey, can you send a group of teachers to the virtual expo? And then they do a purchase order and I give them an invoice, and then you could register that way on Black Tie.
You have to send it as soon as possible.
It's already been out, but if you don't have it, I'll send it to you.
Yes, send it to me, please, so I could make sure my principal gets it.
Okay, great. So anything is okay. We got some more questions here. Rosie's done. Tara.
Yeah, no, I just want to tell you that I did ask my principal, and they went to look and they thought there were professional development funds and there weren't any. So they called the downtown to see, and they said they're not releasing any. So I had like 12 people signed up that she was going to pay for. So then she sent an email, and I did that you have to pay your own. And some of them said well, I'm still going to go. So I don't know. But from my understanding is they were told that the county frees funds. And so that's not going to happen this year.
So maybe there's a different pot of money they could use, PTA.
Yeah, they did. They looked for other pots of money and they said there wasn't anything, but I don't know if there might be at some other schools, but I'm worried that, the bookkeeper said she called around and it seems to be a district-wide thing of frozen funds.
Well, we'll find out, Tara, because Valerie Wanza has been summoned to ask the principals to pay for their people. So I'll get into it, okay?
Okay,
thank you.
Maybe some clubs could donate to the teachers.
Okay.
I'm going to pay for some of my teachers if it's not.
Don't worry. I'll get into that paying piece. But if we're any more questions for David? No. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, everybody. We'll look forward to seeing you at the practice event on Friday, next Friday.
Thank you, David, very much. And I just wanted to wait, David. How do you get your screen off of here?
Oh, I have got you here. I'm about to hang up, so it should disappear.
Okay,
there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for talking, and we'll hear from you soon. Thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, he was great. So this is kind of like our workshop on workshops a little bit, you guys. And so I just wanted to say thank you for the heads up, though, about the payment thing. I'll really get into that after we hang up here. And I'll send you a special email with what I found out, okay?
And Coco, before we go any further, I just want to let everybody know that I put the registration link in the chat log.
Okay.
And I'll do so again for those of you that want to share it amongst your peers. You can just copy and paste it. I'll do it again right now.
Thank you very much, PJ. So I think the biggest thing I heard is you guys want to hear about the video. And Jacob, help me explain. I understand that, Tracy kind of did send in a really cute one. It was just a picture and her talking about her actual program, and she took a nice video of it. But Jacob, go ahead and explain that.
Oh, we can actually show one if you'd like. But it's basically, since we're not going to have a display room, like part of our contract as disseminators was to create a display as if we were doing it face to face. In this case, we're just going to videotape ourselves, or you could just do it as a voiceover. And it's going to be 30 to 60 seconds so that people that are, when you're not in your exhibit booth, that they can see a video of what you're offering. You might want to have it up behind you when you are presenting the day of, but it's really just a simple video to try and entice people to come to your sessions and apply for your adapter grant. So if you want, I can show you an example of one if nobody
Yes.
minds me showing them. Okay.
Yeah, you can show Tracy's if you want to, or anybody's.
Is that the, just a second, I have to get off my headphones in order for the speaker to work. Just give me 1 second.
So let me explain. So he's going to put it in Canvas, your display, and that's where the judges are going to go. We're going to have them go to the Canvas page and click on your module, try to find your display, and judge them that way with the sheet I sent out to you.
And Coco, Sherry had a question. She said when we register as presenters, we choose Invoice Me, yes? And is there a code to use?
Invoice Me, and then write, it says other, and write presenter, and you could put the 5 zeros. They're going to ask you your school or something, the PO number at the top. You could either put your school or those 5 zeros. Thank you. And Jacob, I'd like to say thank you to Jacob for creating this beautiful Canvas event program for us. He's still working on it, but
it's amazing.
Yes.
Oh, are you hearing the sound on this?
No.
Okay, I don't know why it's not allowing me to do sound on here.
Jacob, I think you got to go back and choose audio when you're doing
I am choosing it, and for some reason it's saying that that my computer isn't set up for sound. It's very bizarre.
Oh, okay, because remember the little toggle button?
Yeah, I know exactly. I know that button, and it's telling me it's not liking that button.
Oh.
So, have you guys, the majority of you guys, have you started your displays? You could just show me by a show of hands if you guys have already started them. Okay, great.
Quickly, Jacob. Oh, never mind.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get my computer to allow sound.
No, that's okay. Sandy had asked if you had clicked computer audio before you did the share screen.
I did, and it's telling me that my computer. This always happens if I start with headsets on. When I go into Teams, it doesn't like to switch back over to speaker.
Oh,
gotcha.
So, and I use my headset so that everybody in my house doesn't have to listen to every meeting I'm in. And
you could try leaving it and coming back, leaving the meeting and coming back. That might make it.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and be right back in.
So, you guys, I'm hoping that you're going to help me promote the expo with your fellow teachers, because the attendance right now isn't very high, and I'm going to try to send a new alert out, and I think the email from Valerie is going to help. So I'm going to continue here.
Coco, Russell had a suggestion. He says, can we make a video of us talking about the project, maybe with props, instead of doing a video of a physical display?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that Tracy did both. She sent me hers, and she did kind of like a physical display and then talking about it at the same time. It was pretty effective.
That's how I did it. I did it the same way.
Gotta work with what you have.
So I kind of like some type of student work in it, but I'm not going to say no to anything. But Okay, so displays, and he's, as in Jacob is going to help me upload everything for David. So just worry about getting it to me. I think he said a SharePoint. I'll let him when he gets back here. I'll let him talk.
I'm back, but I cannot get my computer to do the sound. So can somebody who has a video show theirs?
I could try to show mine.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't get this. It's telling me something that doesn't make sense to me.
Anita, I'm making you a presenter.
Okay.
Settings and change.
And in the meantime, Janelle suggested that we ask departments that also share literacy, SS, etc. She said maybe if it comes from a name that people know.
Okay. Thank you.
Good suggestion, Janelle. Thank you.
Very good. Yeah, that's disappointing to hear, Tara. I mean, I'm going to get into it, but so we'll wait for Anita to share her screen, and then we'll move on.
Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I use Canvas Studios. I hope that's going to be able to work. I think once I get Canvas Studios are going to already be in Canvas. Is that right?
Yes, I've already put you up into our program. I just can't play sound today for some reason.
So I'm gonna see, mine is really corny, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to do it over again because it's not really what I want it to be, but I'll go ahead and show it to you. My corny one. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
And can you hear it, I wonder?
Let's try.
All right, let's try. Hi, welcome to Ready for Takeoff. Ready for Takeoff has two parts to it. The first part is the scientific method, and the other part, the second part, is how to use STEM to build a biography.
So it's like you're frozen. There she goes.
Get to see. Some of the projects that my students did were big ones, like ones.
So you're kind of like frozen. It's like it's not moving.
Oh. Student went ahead and he built this.
There it is. There it is.
To put his body into. And he built this
Hit play.
to build a biography, as you can see back here. Build a biography means that he is able to read
That's
more
network
about
traffic,
the Wright
Coco.
brothers. So he
That has
a
nothing to do
book
with
that he
how
reads.
she's doing it.
Did you want me to stop?
No, keep going.
Oh, keep going? Okay. The Wright Brothers by Lucy Floyd, and he has a biography report that he uses to help him with his presentation. This biography report comes from Teacher Pet Teacher, and it has a biography introduction. It has a character traits, which means the person that he's writing about, and actually he's writing about two. He's writing about Wilbur and Orville, who are the Wright brothers. And he does his presentation right from his airplane. He has different things written on his airplane. But the first part of this project.
Got it. Why is she frozen?
Scientific method.
Do you want to stop that? I've got my sound working. I can try showing us a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, mine is really corny because I got to do it over again.
It sounds cute.
I thought it was cute.
I think it's cute.
All right. And it's probably
So here's one of the ones that we received already.
Anita, you got lots of likes.
Yes, she did.
Is it not playing?
Not yet.
Oh, this one didn't have sound. Okay, let me go back. Oh, it should.
Hi, my name is Donna Maggio, and I'm the disseminator for Redesign Your Classroom.
Can you hear?
This grant was originally a Lowell's Tools for Schools grant. We had $5,000 for the grant, and we used it to remake over a old teacher's lounge. So the pictures up at the very top are what we did with our money. Now, as a mini grant, you would get less money, but there are still a lot of things that you can do to redesign your classroom, whether it be for active learning or for the new COVID protocols. The very top of the room, pictures at the very top are what what we did with our funding. We bought some paint. We repainted the room some appealing colors. We used soft blue and a pastel yellow. The room also had quite a few old bulletin boards in it and things that were on the walls that we did want to remove because it was going to mess up the walls, and we just didn't have the funds to redo that whole room. So what we did was we got creative. We just painted over those old bulletin boards with a charcoal paint. They still work as a bulletin board, but they look a lot more modern. We were able to access things like our media budget for technology. So we didn't have to use our grant funds for technology. From the media budget, we purchased some flat panel TVs and an HDMI distributor so that when somebody is presenting on any side of the room, the TVs are all showing the same thing. Our students use this room, our clubs use this, teachers check the room out and use it with their students for special events, and also our administrators use it as well. So we have a various different types of seating in there. You'll notice there's lower seating like classroom seating, and then there's high tops in the back, and then there's soft seating in the middle. So the room we call it our multi-purpose space. It's used for a lot of different things. Everything in the room is on wheels or moves very easily, so we can redesign the room whenever we need it to meet the needs of whatever function we have going on in there. And then we get a little creative. We went to some discount stores and some thrift stores and purchased things like, silk flowers and lamps to put in the room to give it, and pictures to give it an office feel or a more homey feel. So the sky's the limit on what you might be able to do with a mini grant for redesigning your classroom. The pictures at the bottom, you'll notice are just things like beanbag chairs and some of those plastic chairs that you might use to have a reading corner outside, or the fidget seats on the left side. The green fidget seats are great for students who just like to move around a lot. You might use this grant to buy things for maybe a center or things to make your classroom a little bit more COVID safe. You could also use it to buy plexiglass if you want to put up some plexiglass shields. Like I said, the sky's the limit. You can use it in any way to redesign your classroom, whether it be for active learning or for the COVID protocols. And there's quite a few things that you can do. I'm presenting in session A, so hopefully you'll stop by and here's some of the different ideas that you can do with redesign your classroom as a mini grant.
That was nice. It was a little bit long. So we're asking you guys to do 30 to 60 seconds in length, but I'll have a conversation with Donna on the side. But I love the video. It was great. So Sandy has a question. Sandy?
I didn't, was my hand up?
Yes. No question. Okay.
I just lowered it. No, I just, so I was happy to hear about the 60 seconds. And again, if ours is techie, then we can put in little clips as we go on to show, just kind of to whet their appetite on that. If it's mine's kind of video based and things like that. So it's as long as it's within the 60-minute thing, we're good to go.
Let's hope it's not 60 minutes.
I mean, second. Oh, Lord, I'll shoot myself.
My judges will be beating me up.
No, I beat myself up.
Felice, you have a question?
Yeah, I just have a question for Jacob because I saw he was trying to play mine for 480 or higher, and I just wanted to make sure it was your computer and not my video because when I submitted it, it had sound.
No, it has sound. That was still, for some reason, it wanted Teams wanted a custom sound option in order to play sound from my computer. So that was definitely from my side. Yours has video. Yours has sound. And also, for those of you that sent me your video already, if you go to the link for our program, I've already put them into Studio and they are live in our program. Just like anything else that you've sent me to include as part of your module in Canvas has already been uploaded.
So I have a question for you, Jacob. So can they video in any form that they want, but you have to give it to David a certain way?
Well, you and I will talk about that separately, but either we'll have to create a BEF YouTube channel, or I'll create one, but we'll have to convert them in order for him to load them in.
Okay, PJ, what?
We have a BEF YouTube channel already, so We could definitely do that.
Okay.
Okay. So then
Great.
I'll talk to PJ.
Yay.
Coco's
Denise.
very happy to step away from the tech.
Denise, you have a question?
I do. So in other words, what I was thinking is that people were actually going to be building a display like what we would have had in a display hall and videotaping that, kind of based on what the rubric was that you sent out. But from the examples I've seen, that's not really what the few people who have turned them in have done. So is
I think it's
anybody,
flexible this year. I think things are going to be flexible. If you have that in your mind and you want to do it that way, that's great.
but we don't have to.
You don't have to. I think everything's going to be a little bit flexible, but do look at the criteria on the sheet and make sure you're kind of covering that. So, but I like the way Donna did it. I thought it was great, and I like the way that Tracy did it, and I like the way that Felice did it. So, a little bit of variation is good.
And the 480 or higher, that first one that I showed you where the sound wasn't working, it was very similar to a display booth because it was all up there. There was stuff flat on the table, there was stuff up on the wall, and then there was a description of what was expected or what you could do or why this project exists. So it was very similar to creating a booth with the display boards that we usually see.
So whatever.
And Anita's had the prop behind her as well, the literally the prop plane for the Wright brothers. So
yeah, that was cute. Elaine, I think you have a question.
Yes. I know originally we had submitted ideas and then we discussed how they can be modified to be done in a virtual format. So is it okay during our presentation that we talk about both? This is traditionally what it could look like, but this is what it could look like in a virtual world. And is it okay to focus on both of those during our little presentation?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that because I wanted to make the switch over to presentation. Absolutely, that's exactly what we want you to do. Discuss both, and so
before we make the switch, Sandy wanted to know what format we prefer, MP4, Jacob?
MP4 or MOV is fine. They've both translated really well into Studio, or if you have your own YouTube channel, send the YouTube and then we won't have to convert it for David later.
And one more quick question. A couple people asked Donna Maggio what she used, and she used Screencast-O-Matic to do her filming. And also Anita wanted to know where the link is to our presentation.
You mean to the program?
I'm not sure.
Anita? You're on mute. She might be still hooked up to her. No, we can't.
We can't hear you.
Maybe when you shared your screen.
Let me try.
Now I got you.
Now we can hear you.
Now we can hear you.
Okay. So, yeah, I know that you said that there is a link that we send everything to you for you to put it onto, I guess, the Canvas course. There's one Canvas course for all of us. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes, but for the video, I sent a shared drive so that you could upload it into OneDrive because they're very hard to send videos by email. They're usually too large. Anything that you want to be included in the program, just send me by email as an attachment.
So he's calling the program the Canvas page. So.
Oh, okay. So everything in the Canvas page emailed to you.
Correct.
And everything.
And the video sent to the share drive link that I sent you.
The 60-second video.
The 30 to 60-second video gets uploaded into the shared drive, into the BEF folder that I sent earlier this week. Anything that you want, any kind of documents that you wanted included as an attachment to your idea packet, just email them to me and I will upload them into the program.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay, great.
And both Tara and Jacob shared the same link in the chat log, and I'm thinking that that is likely Screencast-O-Matic.
No, that's the program. If
Gotcha.
people want to look at the program.
Sorry.
Screencast-O-Matic, if you are a district employee, it's part of Studio, which is in your Canvas global navigation. So you would go into Studio, and that allows you to videotape yourself and your computer at the same time.
Great.
Okay, so let me move on to your presentation. Definitely virtual, and if we ever get back to normal, or what the new normal is going to be, who knows? Hybrid is probably it. I did want to say that Kyle in our office has made individual evaluation sheets for every single one of your courses there. So when you do your breakout session, we'd like you to, and I'm going to send it to you, we'd like you to put it in your chat box and have people fill it out for you after your session. It's pretty quick. How many questions? 7 questions or something like that? PJ kind of.
Yeah, we condensed it. It's and it's basically an online poll, and it's a link, and it'll be specific to each of your workshops. So it'll already have your name and your project name on it, and basically all they have to do is go through and rate it and provide feedback. But it'll just be a little hyperlink that you'll provide for your attendees in the chat box. And Coco will send out the spreadsheet with everybody's personalized, personalized link.
So are you guys, can anybody, I think we have Donna here, and we have, Donna, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Okay, hi. So I'm just asking you guys, you want to give any type of tips for presenting? And I liked your video too.
Well, I'll definitely shorten it because I did it really fast. I think I say too much. I think I should save some things for the actual presentation. So I'll definitely go in and shorten it. But I mean, I was looking at what I've done, over the past couple of years, and this is a very different format. But I think I could still do some of the same things that I used to do. I like to ask people to introduce themselves when I first start presenting, just so I can get an idea of who's in the room. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm going to use a Nearpod for that to try to get people to put things up on screen so I can do some polling. And I've also put my PowerPoint in that. But what was the question? I know
just tips for presenting this year. It's so different. I'm going to ask a couple of you guys to kind of share.
For some of our newbies.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I did pretty much a PowerPoint, and like I said, I'm trying to find a way that I could still make it a little bit more interactive. Like you all know, teaching on this platform is very different. So I did a Nearpod so I could get some input from teachers, and it's just kind of a I like to find out who's in the room and ask them what levels they were on. That way I can direct my presentation directly to them. I know Tara's here too, and I know Tara does quite a lot of presentations also.
Before you guys, I think our tech people are leaving, and I just want you to know that they're going to, Claudette, Jose, Felix, they're all going to be there the day of and jumping into your rooms to make sure, you got everything hooked up the right way. And so we're going to have a nice team, and David's going to have another team. So we're going to be looking good the day of.
And we're also going to be there for the testing on Friday night.
Okay, testing as well. And I think Felix is going to after today is going to help Rosie Joseph with her cable to get a more stronger, I guess, how do you call it? Ethernet cable?
Feed, a stronger feed.
Okay.
Yeah. Please do this just because it's electronic. Please just do like you would normally do. Reach out to Felix, reach out to me. Even if we can't help you, we'll be able to find which one of us needs to be able to do that. Okay.
Okay. And I'll be giving them your cells.
Awesome.
Coco, RJ has his or her hand up.
Yeah.
Rosie, before you go, Claudette,
Yes.
Rosie?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, can we have breakout room? Can we break up our groups, and can we break up our first group into different groups? Can we do that? Can we have breakout rooms?
So I've assigned you to a breakout room. Yes.
No, we don't have breakout rooms in HOPIN. I don't believe.
No, there's sessions. Yeah, there's sessions.
Okay.
Right, she's asking whether or not you can create small groups during your
Okay.
session, like we can do in Teams, but we don't have that opportunity.
Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I didn't realize what you were asking.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
I just wanted to know.
Okay, no problem. Donna, were you done? I think she was done. Does Sandy or Tara or Jacob want to talk anything about how they're going to do?
You know,
Sandy.
a lot of times I think it was an excellent idea is to find out who is in your room. I find out who's in the room and I speak directly to them, trying to anticipate before I even go in. You know, what are they going to ask? What ideas can I say to a kindergarten art teacher for my project? You know, my philosophy is I want to give them something they could go in and do on Monday. This year, mine's a little more complicated because it's so technical, but what's going to really drag the, people in is show them the possibilities. Show them the kids doing it, saying it, whatever like that. And then just make yourself available later to do all the technical stuff, how you get there. You don't have time to say how you get there, but if you show them the end product, so they're really excited about it, and then you say, look, if you can create it again, actually Jacob has done it, has given us this canvas platform where you can put all the the bolts and the nuts and everything into, and your information. Look, talk to me if you have a question about it. I will get you through this, but look what you can achieve. And I think that's with only 40 minutes. That's what you have to do, and be ready though to answer those. Hey, well, what do you teach? How could you do that? Oh, you know what? You might try it with this, this, and this. And if you are ready to answer those personal questions, they go out of there feeling like, wow, this really was about me.
Great. Excellent. I think I have some people that want to give some feedback here. Felice?
You're muted.
Okay, Felice, your hand is up. So we'll move on to Tara here.
Yes, I had asked a friend who does virtual conferences, and they said something important is to enunciate, use large fonts, make sure you engage with the people, leave some time for Q&A if you can. I'll condense the content into 5 key points and make a succinct summary. That was highly suggested. And also, I'd like to do and include is to tell them about the adapter application and make sure they know where to go and what the process is, because, the whole point is for them to hopefully be able and, give some ideas of the materials they can get and the variety of ways they can adapt. So, they can see, like, I like the way Donna was saying that originally her project was to have like flexible seating, but now you might want the plexiglass for your classroom. So, just letting the audience know that. And of course, at the beginning, make sure you connect with the audience, and you can even use some humor. I like to use some jokes and slides with humor in there, and that also helps.
Tara, we actually had a couple people say you spoke a little fast. Could you maybe just hit those high points again a little bit slower?
Oh, sure. Yeah. So one thing is they said online for some reason you need to be more with the enunciate, use large fonts, and anything you're showing, they said you really need a large font. Make sure you engage with your audience. use Q&A if you can, have some questions back and forth. Sometimes people do like show a few slides and then have like a little quiz or something. But the main thing they said was condense your content to 5 key points and have a succinct summary.
Okay,
perfect.
Thank you. Felice, did you have anything to say?
Well, I have a question, and I just wanted to confirm. I remember last time he was on talking about HOPIN. There's no background, right? We don't have the option of using a background.
No.
Is that
right?
Okay, so they're gonna see whatever's behind us. Like if because I want to use my main desk, because I've already gotten kicked out. My school laptop doesn't like my Wi-Fi, and it kicks me out quite often. So I want to use my desktop at home, but that's like in my bedroom. I mean, I'll make sure it's clean and everything, but.
Or you can put your display behind you, which is what I'm planning on doing. Is I'm actually building it like a normal display, and I'll have it behind me so I can also get off the camera and they can just look at the student projects.
That's a great idea.
Okay, so like put a little table or something behind you and put the display there.
Yeah, I'm using TV trays.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was thinking like there's no background.
You can bring home bulletin board paper.
Okay.
And if you notice, David, when he just had a big sheet hanging behind him, so we couldn't see his room when he came in talking to us.
There you go. That's what that was.
Coco, Sandy said in the chat box, it's very important to review the grant and tell them, do not put, I'm going to do this grant exactly like this. It is an adapter grant.
Right. Perfect. Thank you. I think Donna had something more to say.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I also promote, adapter grant, but I think it's important that we also promote disseminator grants. I explained to them the process of becoming a disseminator. It's always good to go and show them where the applications are and kind of go through the process of what you had to do to become a disseminator. Of course, don't go through everything because you don't want to make them, scare them away, but I let them know, they've got lots of great ideas and those are the kinds of things that we really love in disseminating and that they could do it too and kind of, promote it and encourage them to disseminate. I know I also tell them that if they want to disseminate and that they get stuck or confused with the application, that they can contact me through email and I'll help them through the application. So because, we need new disseminators all the time.
Exactly. Thank you very much. We got Tracy. You're on mute.
I'm trying.
Okay.
Hi, I got it. Can you, I will include being an adapter and a disseminator. Are you going to send the information of the link or who they contact or, so I can put that up again, send the information of where they go about inquiring?
So Jacob was writing in the chat box that it's also going to be in Canvas, that if you go down to the bottom, the adapter grant, disseminator grant, it's on our website. I have a link I could send you. I'm the person for that. They can contact me. Okay, you guys. Donna, anything else? Okay.
Diana,
one
Tracy,
last
go
question.
ahead.
I'm so sorry. I don't know where the little hand thing is. The grant money, I'm curious. Last year we got money in our class wallet. How's it working this year?
Last year it was actually an Office Depot for the adapters. And I don't know if you're an innovative teacher winner, but we're thinking to do, because, in class wallet, you do not get the discount and it's like 40.
Last year, then we got a check too. So how is it? I'm just curious about the grant money.
Disseminators get checks. We're probably going to go to Office Depot, not class wallet. If there's something that you need that's not in Office Depot, we'll work offline together. Okay? So let me continue here because I'm going to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to say, we talked about the displays. That's great. We talked about presenting. This year, when I went in to do the in-service points, our meeting is shorter. It's from 9 to 2, so that's only 6 hours. So they're only giving me 8 hours or 8 in-service points for somebody. If they adapt your project, they can get 8 in-service points. So I tried to work that. Hey, it's COVID. They're going to do 4 hours of a follow-up. She sent me the chart and said, I can't do that. And I said, come on, it's COVID. And anyway, it's not 10, it's 8. So again, and this is on your agenda that I sent you guys. We have our practice meeting on Friday, January 22nd, 4 to 5. And I really want this to be mandatory for you guys between 4 to 5, because I think it's so important that you go in and try it out. Make sure you can do what you need to do on Saturday, and Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, you're not like, it's not working, or blah, 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 blah. So, you know, if you don't know which button to choose for your audio, we can figure that all out on Friday. So can I have a show of hands? Who's going to be there on Friday? Raise your hand if you're all going to be there. Yay, that's what I want to see. Yay, thank you, Tracy. Okay, good. Okay, that's what I want to see. I think it's very, very important, especially our very first virtual one, and to make it seamless, we'll just make sure everybody knows what they're doing for, thanks, Calvin, for Saturday. Okay.
Donna Coder had a question.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, guys. I feel a little disconnected since I'm a charter school. I don't have Canvas. So, what do I need to do there?
Jacob?
So there's nothing that you actually need to do in Canvas. The initial link that I put in, if you've done trainings through the county, you can enroll because you might have an account. Otherwise, it's a public resource so that you can go in and look at it using the original code that I gave you guys. And you can go and see what's there. Anything that you want added to your module. And let me just go in and show you real quick what that looks like. But anything you want me to add, you just send it to me and I will put it into your Canvas module. So this is our, it's coming, it's just moving a little slow. So this is our home page and all of our sponsors, and all of these are links. And then in here are all the different grants separated by subject area. And if I go to any of these grants, I'm going to use Tara as an example. I click on that and it brings me to the module directly where her grant is. And you can see here's her idea packet. And it's there available for anybody to use or download. So there's two options. You can either download it here or you could preview it here. Since I'm trying to do Teams at the same time, everything's running a little bit slow, but here's Tara's packet. If you want, and I already have some people that have sent me some things, like you can see here, some of our sponsors, they've sent me additional links and paperwork, so they're available in the modules. Here for the 480 or higher, I have a video as well as the idea packet. So you can have as many things in here as you want. I just ask that you send it to me sooner than later since I need to download everything and upload everything. And we are still missing some of the idea packets as well. But you can see, like for surviving history, we have a document, we have a PowerPoint, we have the idea packet, and we have a video, all under surviving history.
Okay. So should the video that we send you, I'm confused. Like, yeah. What are those things besides the idea packet? What should be there on that page?
So the video that you do of your booth, of your display, is going to be there as a video as well. And then we're also going to send that video to David to be part of your exhibitor booth. So when you're not there live, it'll show. Right. If there's any additional materials that you've come up with since you submitted your packet and you want to include those, you can. If you want to include the PowerPoint that you're showing that day so that people can reuse your PowerPoint, you can send me your PowerPoint and I'll put that in there as well. So I know for me, I found a lot of resources after I finished my packet. So I'm going to have a page just of additional resources.
Okay, awesome. And we have your contact information in one of the documents that we've received.
I'll send it to you.
And I sent everybody an email with a link of where to upload the video.
I got that. Okay, perfect. Okay. And also, someone had mentioned Invoice for the presenters. Where is that? I'm assuming.
Okay. So let me go ahead and explain that. You guys go ahead and register yourself, right? So you're going to go in and you're going to hit Paid For by School. You're going to hit Invoice Me. It's going to ask you what school, and it says Other. You're going to put Presenter. ask you what school, and it asks you for a PO number, put 5 zeros. So it's simple. It's not just invoice by school. It's from on my end. I know who you are. I know that I don't need to get money for you, but I need you guys in there. Okay.
And where is that? Where is that registration?
Okay, we put it twice in the chat box, but I'll after this is all done, I'll send another email out with some of the things you guys are asking. That's including, and so you guys can register. That'd be great.
All right. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem, no problem. So I wanted to go back and mandatory meeting. We talked about that. So networking and speed networking. So did you guys notice, David, when he hit the networking button, when you guys get there first thing at 9 o'clock in the morning, you can hit the networking button, and that's what everybody's gonna be doing for the first 9 minutes, is you say you're ready, and then it automatically hooks you up with somebody else and you talk. But then when you're done with that, you can go back to your booth, and that's where you'll be. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you don't have to. If you want to just sit in your booth, that's fine too. But that's the first 9 minutes. People are going to be hitting that networking button and then meeting people, and then they're going to be going to the different booths. So you know, at lunch, and you can tell your people this, or that teachers that ask you, at lunch from 11:30 to noon, we're trying to drive traffic to the vendor booths. So each vendor has an extra 10 tickets. They're not going to really give tickets, but the first 10 teachers that come to them during that break, they're going to give their names to me for an extra raffle ticket. So the only time they can get a raffle ticket is between 11:30 and 12. It's when they're going to the sponsor booths, and we're trying to drive them there and give them extra raffle tickets. So did I explain that well enough? Yes? Okay. So we again are going to have prizes for the booth exhibits and or display uploads, as you will say, and it's still going to be our regular first place 200, second place 150, third place 100, and fourth place 50, and we will have judges that will be going to Canvas and finding your display and judging it there.
Your video.
So eventually I have the in-service. I'm probably gonna have to do it manually again this year because they haven't approved it, but everybody will that attends, I'll put over to if they get I guess what happens is you only get your in-service points if you get the adapter grant. So I waited last year until I got my list of adapters, and then I put people over for their in-service points. So that's what I'm planning on doing again this year. Okay, we got that. We have adapter applications are due Thursday, February 18th. And you guys have pretty quick turnaround. I was hoping to have your recommendation sheets by Monday, March 1st. So that's what I'm going to do again this year is you guys actually, when somebody applies for an adapter grant, you're going to get an email with their adapter application there. So you guys will automatically get the adapter applications, and you'll have a recommendation sheet, and you can go ahead and fill out the recommendation sheet for each one. And you should probably keep notes, like save your emails and whatnot, and if people that you have talked to, so that you can, they're going to say that they had a discussion with you or they met you at the expo, because these teachers will get their adapter grants if you recommend them. So you're the one that's telling me, I really want this person to get her adapter grant, and this is why she's going to be great in her classroom, so forth. And then we have, you guys will get your second portion of your check. I don't know what's going to happen in April, if we're going to do an honors reception. It's kind of up in the air. We might do it virtually. You know, I'm not sure, but that's usually when you get your second $500 portion of your $500 portion of your check. So I'm trying to go through that pretty quickly. Definitely, we need to recruit teachers. I have January 20th, Wednesday, January 20th as the deadline for the $25, but I usually extend it, but try to recruit your teachers to come. Ask your principals if they'll pay, and I will get into what Tara was talking about. So anyway, if there's any questions of me, go ahead and ask me.
Yes, it's $25 now. It's not 50.
$25.
Okay, and one more thing. We have two different links. What are they for? We have the first one and we have the second one. So I would like to know on the chat.
Okay, one of them is to our website, I believe, and the other one is to Jacob's Canvas program.
The last one was the black tie.
That's the RSVP. Yeah, that's where you are. That's where you register.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. Anything else you want to add, PJ?
Yeah, Allison had a question. She said in the past she's had students help with her presentation by speaking. Is it possible for her students to access her presentation virtually in order to speak, or would that not be feasible due to registration? If it's a pain, she'll just have them pre-record something. And I think the answer is probably pre-record.
So I'll talk to you offline, Allison, and get the specifics, but that's probably a way to do it is pre-record, but you want them to come to the expo is what you're saying? I'm okay with that if you want to help her, you know, if you need a helper.
Usually I let the, also thank you guys. Usually I have some students in there and some teachers, you know, can ask their questions to the students. I usually like to let them answer some things based on their experience with whatever the grant is. But if it's going to, you know, if it's a pain, I don't want to put anything else on.
No, they can attend with, you know, and help you out in your room.
Excellent. Thank you.
And
I'll reach out to you.
Jennifer asks, can we apply for adapter grants and do we get in-service points?
Okay, yeah, I was trying to explain that. Yes, you can apply for an adapter. If you get your adapter grant, you will get 8 in-service points and are recommended. If you apply for it and are recommended and get your adapter grant, you can get 8 in-service points.
Diana says that she's placed a link for the RSVP in the chat log.
Okay.
I just said that because Rosie was asking what it was. I
Okay.
just placed that in when they were saying, where is it? So I just put that in.
You're a little helpful.
Sharon says my magnet open house starts in, oh, never mind. Never mind. Donna wants to know what an adapter grant is.
Dawn does?
Donna Coder.
Oh, Donna. Okay. So Donna, what happens is people that attend the expo, one of the reasons they're attending is because they would like an adapter grant, and people that attend the expo get priority for an adapter grant. So an adapter grant is about $400, and it is it's like you're sharing your idea, Donna, on Saturday the 23rd with a bunch of other teachers, and they can apply for an adapter grant, meaning they liked your idea, they want to change it up a little bit for their classroom, and then they apply for an adapter grant. And it's a very, very simple 2-page document, and it's simple to write, and it doesn't scare teachers away. It's very easy. And Donna, did you have another question, or you just have your hand up from before? Okay.
Monique has her hand up.
I think I asked them to put their hands up earlier about yeah. So you guys, if there's not any other questions, I went over our time a lot because I had kind of a lot to talk about. So if you have any questions about what's going to happen and you want to talk to me personally, please feel free to call me. I'm here. I've been coming to the office every day, so call me anytime if you have any type of question. Okay, and thank you everybody, and hope it's going to be a great virtual event. Thank you for your help, PJ, and thank you, Jacob, for all your help. Appreciate it.
Coco, do you want the gator
everybody.
baskets?
But what, Sandy?
Do you want the gator baskets?
Of course I want the gator baskets.
Just asking.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I have 2.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you, Sandy. I love that. Did I not respond to you?
You know what? I have been booked all
Okay.
day. I ran home to come here, so I haven't even looked at anything.
Okay, and I apologize if I didn't. I'm like
No,
scatterbrained.
that's right. That's all right.
I love your
Okay.
backdrop, Sandy.
Yeah.
It's me.
Hi, Erin.
Is that
That's
really you?
me.
That's you at Stonehenge?
Wow. Do you feel a little bit better after this meeting? Okay, good.
Most definitely. But I do have a quick question. I had sent you my edited packet. Are you going to forward that to Jacob, or should I just send it to him in Canvas?
Did
Because I don't see it on there yet. The Brewing My Love for Reading. I don't see it on there yet.
Okay. Did it already get edited?
Uh-huh.
Well, send it to me again.
Okay, I'll send it again. All right.
And then I'll send it to him. That's kind of been our process.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for everything, you guys. I'm sorry about that, Erin.
That's okay. Thanks, Coco.
Thank you.
Coco, I got my package at my school. I went in this week to exchange books because I am still teaching from home.
Oh, Denise.
Yes, sorry.
No. So you got your packet where?
I went into school this week because I had to go get materials to bring home to teach here. And so I got the package you sent me, so thank you.
What did I send you? Oh, the cup.
And catalogs.
Okay, good. I said she asked for
This looks like alcohol.
Oh, like I sent her my beer.
It's only had water in it so far.
Does she like the tumbler? Usually everybody gets a tumbler when they are a disseminator, so maybe I should do that because they usually come in person and I give them one.
It was great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Okay. Bye. Bye. Thank you, PJ.
All right, Coco. Have a great night. See you
To the
tomorrow.
bitter end.
Yeah, absolutely. You and me.
There's my buddy.
Okay. Ciao.
Bye.